What's up, people? Ben Samilak TV here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking time to check this video out. Appreciate all your time. I know it's very valuable. I love you all. So, the three pillars of success. There's three pillars. I think a lot of people out there, they always talk about positive thinking, be positive, which is great. But I feel that's only one part of being successful. And when I talk about success here, I'm not talking about monetary, making a lot of money, things like that. That comes with success to me. That can come with success. That's not even always, some people don't even care about that. You see people who are, working for charity organizations or working for the church full time and not really ever making a lot of money. That so to them that's not success. So not to everybody, money is not always the result for success. So three things I think you need in your life to feel successful, and if you feel that way, you are successful in reality. And that, at least that's overall, I think that's the truth. So if you feel you're successful in your world, in your life, in your inside of your mind and heart, you are successful. No one can take that away from you. And so, what's the number one to me? The number one is physical health. Have physical. You have to take care of your physical health. There's three things we need to take care of to really feel and be successful. Number one is physical. Because the number two is the mental. So I'll start with number two and then get to one, because number two is what everybody talks about, the mental, being, your mental health, being positive, getting motivated. That's true. We need to be positive. I'm sorry to say that if you're not a positive person, you look at all the successful people in life, they're positive. So you might say, oh, I don't believe in that, think positive stuff. That's fine. You don't have to, but you have to have strong mental health to be able to, accomplish goals and be successful in your life and to be happy even. If you're not a mentally stable person, if you're not a positive person, then everything you look at around you, that's what people, that's what a pessimist, everyone says that the glass is half empty if when you're looking at it in life. So, you might get a piece of cake and be like, oh, I got the smaller piece of cake, or this isn't the kind of cake I like. Whatever, you're always thinking negative, so everything's gonna be bad in your life. You're always gonna get the wrong. I have a friend like that. Whenever we go out to eat, they always get something wrong with their food. Why does that happen? Why is it always them that they get something wrong in their life coming to them? That's just because that's what they expect. That's what they're always thinking about. They're always negative. So you do have to have positive mental health. That is the beginning, because if we're not positive and we don't have goals and we're not, wanting to succeed and wanting to have more in life and wanting to see things be better in our life, then it probably is not going to happen. So mental health, that's number one. And how do we, but once you get that positivity going, and that's why a lot of videos, they're always, you know, trying to pump you up, motivate you, tell you think positive. But then you need number two, you need training, you need education, you need to have the physical health. Your body needs to be healthy. That's the second pillar. So whatever order you want these two, number one, mental health, number two, physical health. I mean, these seem obvious, but to me it's like we have to put this all together and really be focusing and understanding this is where we need to achieve and go. This is our direction we need to go in, is having these three pillars always being perfected in our life. So that physical health needs to be worked on, because if you have all the positivity in the world, but you're not moving forward, you're not actually going out there and taking what you need and taking the steps in the physical realm. We are physical beings that you need to do. You're not going to ever accomplish those goals. You're just going to be someone who is not living in reality. You're going to be in your mind a positive person and always, looking at things in a good way, but then not taking the steps in reality to accomplish those positive things that you see in your mind. So you need that physical health. For me, I lost 50 pounds, in the last probably last 7 to 8 months on the keto diet, and that's helped so much. And it's so funny because I think it was maybe 10 years ago. It was 2010, and I thought in 10 years, by 2020, I wrote it. It's downstairs on my computer. I wanted to have good work on my physical health, my family life, and my spiritual life. And I had this note, and it's funny because it's coming up. It's 2019, and it's like, I just did a last video about writing goals down and how that really does help. So I lost 50 pounds, and I feel so much better. And I'm just thinking to myself how important physical health is, because you could be so successful outwardly, you can do a lot of things, I mean, you can accomplish a lot of your goals and you can be on the right track, but if your physical health is suffering, if you're eating too much, drinking too much, not sleeping enough, you're going to be stressed. You're going to be depressed. You're going to be anxious because our food, the chemicals that we put in our body, the chemical makeup that keeps our brain and all of our chemicals being balanced, is a lot to do with our health, our food, what we eat, how we sleep, how we exercise. So if we're not taking care of our physical health, we are still not going to be successful. Even if you have a lot of money in the bank and you are accomplishing a lot of goals, you're still not going to feel totally successful because you need that your physical body to be on the right path as well. And who cares if you have all the money in the bank and then you die because you have a heart attack or a stroke or something of that nature, or you're struggling to get out of bed day after day because you're depressed or you're anxious or you physically are having to lift your body out as you get heavier and heavier. It gets harder and harder. It's just hard to go on, just even to go on with life. So that's what I'm saying. It's not all about making money, because if you're physically sick, and then that'll make you mentally sick. Then you will become negative, and it's a downward spiral. Then you don't succeed. So you have to work on your physical health. That's the second pillar to success. So if you're mentally strong, physically strong, you're almost there. No matter if you have a lot of money in the bank or not, you're going to start to feel very good. You're going to feel happy. You're going to start to feel successful. Number three, spiritual health. This is one thing that a lot of people leave out. I'm sorry to say, in this country, we want to push God out of the picture so that we can kind of do what we want to do in our life, but it's not going to help us, okay, in the long run. If we want to be successful, we need to have spiritual health. And if you don't believe me, that's fine. You go on without God in your life. I found God. I'm telling you that for me personally, once I found God and I found favor with God, then the other things started to work out. I lost 50 pounds, not just out of my own, because I wanted to change my health around. I feel God helped me, okay? Number two, mental health. Not only am I a positive person, I hated school, and I was very, I just was not the person that was going to be successful. I was the middle child of two brothers. They were both they are very, very positive people. They're very mentally smart. They're both physically strong. They're successful minded people. And I was the middle child. I was the goof up, and I didn't want to really I didn't really want to work hard. I just wanted to have fun in life. And I got to a point where I was just not in a good place. So I almost didn't finish college. But because I found favor with God and I started to get on with my spiritual health, He helped me finish my bachelor's, He helped me finish my master's, and that helped me overall start to become more of a successful person. So I'm very active in my church. I read the Bible. I've read the Bible many times because I don't want to just be a bench warmer in my faith. I want to really be someone who is spiritually strong. So because that, I'm active in my faith. I'm not just a bench warmer. I don't just show up and give my 10% and then go about my life. I feel like I have to have my third pillar has to be very strong. It's not just there. If I don't work on my spiritual health, I'm not going to be a successful person. And as you work on your spiritual health, everything seems to come together, and then you're successful in your marriage life. That helps you in your, if you have these three pillars working: physical health, mental health, spiritual health, your success will spill into your job, with your marriage, with your family, with your kids, with your friends, at your church. All these things will start to be. You'll see that you're going on as strong in a positive way, in a way of growth, in a way of progression, not in a way of being stagnant, not in a way of just being depressed or being the same today as you are tomorrow, or going in backwards in a bad way. So those are the three things. I'll stop there, but spiritual health, mental health, and physical health are all necessary. I feel three pillars that if you don't have all three pillars, your table's not going to be, your life and your table is not going to hold very much. You're not going to be very strong. And I don't feel like you're going to feel successful in your life. That's just me. And those are the three things that I feel, as I'm working and progressing on all three of those things, I feel more successful. And because I feel that way, I know I am. And I don't care what anyone else says. I'm not really worried what other people think about me or feel about me. Because I'm strong mentally, physically, and spiritually, I feel successful in my heart. And I know the only reason I don't feel that way is because I'm not working on those three things, and that's something I can change and I can work on. And I don't blame anybody else for how I'm feeling, because I can work on all those three things and that's something that's in my power, my control. So if I'm feeling a certain way, that's my fault. I need to change things, and I can go on in a positive, strong way. And there's a lot more to it, but those are the three things. I'll leave it at that. Hope you enjoy the video. Please sub. Keep watching. Comment below, and if you're enjoying, yeah, just keep tuning in. Ben Sam Like TV. Have a great day.